Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. You already know it. I'm always delighted to be joined by Mr. Sean O'Hagan. Sean, we're here in the bubble. It's fight night. How are you and Maxi feeling?
Well, I'm feeling all right as it goes. I've not seen Maxi this morning, but he's looking well, looking really good. He's really confident. Preparation this time, for all it's been a short notice fight. He was already fit, he'd been helping Josh and Reese. So all we've had to do really is a little bit of technique and a bit of fitness in the last 3 weeks. So, yeah.
Talk to me about this fight. You mentioned it was only 3-4 weeks notice, I think, like that, but you're saying Maxi stays ready. But Maxi right now is on a great run of form with the John O'Carroll win and the Kotochkov win out in Dubai. I mean, is he unbeatable at this moment in time?
Listen, I think Max is it kind of, as he calls it, his golden era of his career. But I say he's been ticking over, keeping himself fit. You'd have thought he were in camp anyway. So for all we got, I think we got 4 weeks, 5 weeks notice for this fight. After Liam Walsh decided he was going to retire, and we got offered it, and there was no hesitation. I mean, Maxi just lately, he's really enjoying his boxing, so it's hard to keep him out of the gym. And he was virtually there, fitness-wise and everything. All we've had to do is tune him a little bit, But he's really looking forward to it. I've never seen him as confident.
He seems relaxed.
He's very relaxed. And I mean, yesterday on scales, he looked fit, but he just looked well, he looked healthy. When fighters are making weight, they never look the best. And they get the overnight rehydration thing and blow back up and all that. But despite that, even on scales, he looked fit, he looked healthy, he looked ready. I think mentally, it's best he's ever been. He's absolutely spot on.
Talk to me about Paul Highland Jr. then. I mean, he's a good opponent, good strong opponent for Maxi. What are your thoughts on Paul and basically what he brings to the table?
To be honest with you, Paul, I mean, I'm looking at him and the impression I get is that he can bang a bit. It could be a fast start. I mean, he's only been beat twice in 20 odd fights, and that one against Ritson and Patera, if I'm not mistaken. Is a threat. It's a proper 50-50 fight, Well, I'm a little bit biased, I mean. Probably, I'm obviously going to swear with Maxi, but on paper, and to look at it, it's a 50-50 fight. I mean, Maxi's got his losses on his record, and if you weigh it out, if you look at them both on paper, it's a genuine 50-50. But seeing what I've seen from Maxi over the last few fights, but I mean, this year's been very active. I've got to go with Max.
What's changed with Maxi then, like with these sort of wins in lockdown and stuff like that? Do you think it is maybe the no crowds, maybe that suited him a little bit more, or what sort of changed within Maxi to bring in this sort of good run of form?
I don't know really, to be honest. I think what we do is we kind of asked him about everything that he weren't happy with in his previous fights. Turns out that there wasn't a lot that he had to moan about, really. I mean, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. He's just happy. He just seems to be happy. With change of scenery, sometimes does fighters a lot of good, doesn't it? Sometimes they'll leave somebody and go to another trainer for no particular reason. It might be that they're a bit closer to where they live, there's not as much travelling, training time suit them better, so for whatever reason, he just seems to be a lot happier.
A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, as they say. So
happy fighter, very dangerous. I mean, Max's case, we've seen him there. His first one with Walsh, obviously, he didn't win that one. We know the result of that. But to go 10-12 rounds with Liam Walsh, very good fighter. Maxi stayed in there. He came away with his head held high. MTK was as good as their word, gave him another fight. And then he performed again, didn't he, against, what's his name, John O. And then after John O, we got the nod to go to Dubai, so we've had a nice little sunshine break in Dubai against Victor. Fight should have actually been stopped in the third round with Victor. Referee, for some reason, waved it off and then waved it back on, which is the first time I've ever seen that in my life. But, again, good performance. And then here we are fighting for the British. So all of a sudden his international WBC International Champion, and hopefully tonight British Champion.
Well, I'm going to talk about your gym right now, obviously with Reece Mould and your boy Josh and stuff like that. Obviously they suffered their losses on the same night, so a win for Maxi right now needs to sort of like lift the morale in the gym. I know you probably lift the morale in the gym because you're a fun-loving guy. You're always having a laugh and a crack and stuff like that. So, just what is the current mood in the gym right now? Is morale high, or what's it like?
You know, obviously, I mean, we came away from that night. It was a bad day at office. I don't have many bad days at the office, but that was one. The only thing I regret is not having a tenner on Reece Mould being put down at fourth and Josh being put down at fourth, and both of them getting chinned in ninth. I wouldn't have had to work again, would I? What odds have been on that?
You know? No idea, man, but listen, if you would have given me the heads up, I would have put a bet on it.
You know, I'm going to nip to bookies after this. My knowledge was very, very high. Listen, it's boxing, and it happens. It's not your God-given right to step in the ring and come out with a win. I think, if anything, it's give everybody a little kick up backside. I'm not going to make no excuses whatsoever. All I'll say is that we will be back. There's already been talk of a date at Headingley Stadium in Leeds at the end of the summer, probably end of August, early September. And we're back, but morale's very, very good. They're actually laughing and joking about it now. You know, so that's good, yeah. It's good when you can accept these losses and these bad nights, innit? And you move on because it's boxing. Yep. You know, that's it, simple as that. Well,
Eddie Hearn did say on TalkSport that the rematch against Maurizio Lara will be sort of like beginning of September, first week in September in Leeds. Hopefully you can get some crowds back, because we all know that Josh thrives off that passion from the Leeds fans and stuff like that. So was that a team decision to get that rematch straight away, or was it solely on Josh's part?
I think it were actually part of the original contract, to be honest with you. I mean, you're always going to play safe. Anything can happen in boxing, that's why we have these little clauses. But I think Eddie had already had that put in there that there would be a rematch in the event of a banana skin, if you like, a little slip up.
You can say it's a banana skin and stuff like that, but Maurizio Lara, I was speaking to the Mexicans over in Miami and stuff like that, and they were saying that he's been absolutely destroying people in Mexico, and he was just one of them guys that if you knew who he was, you'd be wary of him, but if you didn't know who he was, you'd probably look at his record and be like, and maybe an easy night at the office. Did you feel like that when Maurizio Lara? Did you look much at him when coming into this fight?
We looked at him a lot. And you look at his record there and you see 14 stoppages in 21 fights. You'll know you're not in for an easy night at the office. But you've got to be fighting these guys. We don't let anybody tell you or give you the impression that we took Lara as an easy night at office, because we didn't. We took him because he was a good, tough, highly rated and very, very underrated fighter. Yeah, but no way on this earth did we take him thinking we were going to have a walk-through night. You know, only a fool would do that. I mean, I don't know what they call him, Jeff, somewhat or other from Daily Mail, wasn't it? Jeff Powell. Jeff Powell there, saying a young slip of a lad that were brought over to get beat up. Not the case. You know, I mean, I think Jeff Powell's got that job because his mate owns a paper. But somehow reading an article there, you know, and disgusted with it. He shouldn't be writing. Shouldn't be writing in national press like that. Man's an idiot. And I'll say that here and now that he's an idiot, and he needs to keep his opinions to himself. I mean, making out that we'd kind of pick Lara, bring him over, beat him up, send him home to make us look good. Absolutely not the case. Not the case at all. And I mean, the thing is this, that when you look at somebody's record and they've got 14 knockouts on that record, and you look at some of the names he's beat, you're not going to get an easy night. Never. So no, but what we are looking to do is we're looking to do what Anthony Joshua's done. And I mean, he actually phoned my lad and said, we've both been chinned by a Mexican, and these are my thoughts on it. So, you know, they've had a little chat about it. He came back and avenged his defeat, and I think it's something that we've got to do, because you can't go on and, you know, we might win another world title, we might not, but you can't finish your career never knowing if you'd have beat him or you've got to avenge them defeats, haven't you?
Definitely.
I think so.
No, I definitely agree with you. How is Josh anyway? Because I know we've seen he posted a picture of him in the hospital and stuff like that. How is his recovery? You mentioned that he was in a silk nightie the other day there. I don't know if you want to disclose that on IFLT, or I can cut this out if you want, but do you want to...
Cut this bit out because he might be making his own announcement soon, you never know, do you? No, that was a previous occasion. Previous occasion he was down in his silky gear at the house. That was just dropped into conversation that we were having over there.
Well, I was telling you that Canelo wears silk pyjamas, and you say that Josh...
Josh has got a few silky bits, yeah. So, no, I forget what question now.
How is he? Because obviously we've seen him in the hospital, he posted a picture and stuff like that, he's obviously on the mend, but how is he right now?
Do you know what? He's absolutely bang on. He's accepted everything. He's licked his wounds. More importantly, he's had his operation on his elbow. That was to be honest, that was part of the problem on the night. He had a little bit of a niggle with his elbow. Absolutely no excuses, but it was clear to anybody watching. He watched himself. He went to throw that right hand, his elbow locked, and he's lost dexterity in his elbow. So there, he had no defence, really. I think there was a little bit of panic as well there when he realised that had happened. But that's just how it was. Yep. But no, he's not mend, he'll be back, and with a little bit of a layoff, lick his wounds, and we'll be back. That's
it, we'll be back, that's a good thing. Finally then, one final word on Maxi Hughes and Paul Highland Jr. and why should people tune into IFL TV tonight to watch a great British title fight?
I'll tell you why, not just for Maxi and Paul Highland, but I think picking out all the shows that have been put on behind closed doors, I have enjoyed them TK shows more than anything. And that's no disrespect to anybody else, to Eddie or Frank or anybody else, but it's just good honest boxing, isn't it? You know, obviously there's going to be times where you can't get the opponent for a fighter that you particularly want, but they've done a very, very good job on these shows. And I think it's value for money, isn't it, there? Just type it in, sit back, watch it, get yourself a pizza, bottle of rum if you want, a few bottles of beer, I won't say no more, and have a good night. It's just good boxing, isn't it? Just good honest boxing. I mean, tonight's bill, some cracking fights on that bill there, you know. Tune in, IFL. On YouTube, is that right?
That's right, mate.
YouTube, IFL TV, tune in, watch Maxi Hughes become the British champion.
There you go. Sean, let's go back to the chill out area and get another coffee, but thanks very much for doing this for IFL TV, brother. Thank you so much.
Cheers, pal.